Since I got my new hard drive, I can download a lot more stuff. So I downloaded this Game Center, and that's they got Conker's Blade. Conker's Blade is on it, Left to Survive, and something other. I wanted to play this Conker's Blade for a while. It's like a medieval game. You get horses. You get bow or swords, axes, whatever. You go to battle with armies, cavalry units, melee infantry, ranged infantry, and you got a lot of different gameplay, siege combat. You can command siege, wars over territories. Wow, Sea of Tranquility. I've always wanted to play this game, actually, now that I think about it. Man, Siege. Unleash devastating weapons and massive armies. An epic 15 versus 15 online siege battle. Issue orders to your soldiers in real life. In real time, using cunning tactics and sheer force. Yes, I'm able to do that now. I should also open Steam and make sure my games are updated. I have been playing games on my other Steam, but I haven't been playing this Steam very much. I have a new gaming laptop. This one was on my old one. Or sorry, I've had this Steam account since a long, long time. Probably. Is there a way to search up? There used to be a way that you could search up how old your account was. 2012, but this account's VAC banned. I've had this account for years. I think shortly after I started working that File Ace job and whatnot, I started building this account. But then when I was younger, I used to like hacking on the games. Now I don't find any reason to hack. The whole reason you should be playing a game, the whole reason you should be, the whole reason you should, the whole reason that you should be able to play the game is to enjoy the game for what it is. Uh, oh, it made me click again. That dang bison or whatever. So, but oh, it went for many years. I couldn't play a lot of my favorite games like Team Fortress 2 and CS:GO. And a couple of my friends that used to play CS:GO, I couldn't play with them because I didn't make a new Steam account for playing CS:GO and all that. Then I stopped talking to that friend because he would always play CS:GO. Oh no, that's not it. No, that's not it. Let's see, Team Fortress 2. That one was a huge favorite. No, it's not illegal to watch pornography. Yeah, I've watched a lot of pornography in my life. I even have I have an adult career to a certain degree, but that's neither here nor there. RuneScape, Saints Row. Yep, it was. I remember that day. It was just a normal day living like a fucking kid in Canada on my fucking PC. Yeah, I think I was like, what? Fucking 19 or some shit? Black Squad. Apex Legends. I got to play that. What did I like? Oh, I don't mind Apex Legends. So I got this new hard drive. Uh, 10 TBs. That's 10,000 gigabytes. So that was enough to back up a lot of my, well, actually everything that I ever made so far. I got everything backed up, and then I got more space to download games, make more content, and all that. So that's really good. And I used to be on a desktop back in the day. Originally, I was on a desktop, and I used to have like 6 hard drives or something like that. But now I just have two SSDs and one external. So my setup is a lot different than it used to be. I switched to mobile. I like the architecture. It's sort of smooth, sort of flashy, very smooth and flashy. Whereas the desktop, it had to ramp up and all that. I didn't really like the desktop that I had. So I'm thinking about in the future getting a proper gosh darn desktop. Gary's Mod, man, me and Gary's Mod. I think if you go, the thing about Steam, you can search people up and see how much time they've spent playing a game. So everybody knows my internet name is StacksAMilli. So like when it comes to like the internet generally, you could search up everything StacksAMilli. So you can. I have two different Steam profiles. But you can see like what my playtime is. You can see like what kind of games I've played. 1,500 hours of this, 89 hours of that. And maybe you can even play with me. You just got to add me on Steam. So if you ever wanted to do that, you can do that. You can search up and see what games I've played and stuff. In my life, whether I'm alive, dead, or whatever, you can go see if StacksAMilli played that game. Or you can try to play with me. I'm alive and I still play games, as many do. Doesn't look like my friend Radar's been playing much games lately. But maybe he's got a new Steam account like I do. Look at this. Ain't Alcoholic hasn't been on his account in years. He got vac banned on this account and then he never played again. Valve anti-cheat vac system. He's alcoholic. I'm pretty sure he's still, because he talks every once in a while. He doesn't live in the United States. He lives in Denmark. Yevon fucking Trike Venster killed. Ninja Guardian. JPN. Danlera Road Bede. Obert is much like a Joe Biden now. Obert loved the United States, being from Denmark. He never really said much bad things. You have Sturb and IFNGG. You have Keaton. See, Keaton's still alive. Somebody said that Keaton wasn't alive earlier, and I really believed that Keaton's zero because I tried to search him up on Reddit. And I was like, this guy's a computer scientist programmer. His name's Keaton Zero. Here's his Reddit. So people could people go on the Reddit and check it out and get into his personality or whatever. But then for some reason, this Reddit wasn't popping up. But it looks like he's still playing Steam. Look, I can even add a comment. I can say, remember the Gmod days on Perp. PERP. So much, but man, the enemies. Yeah. But there was nothing else to do. Every once in a while, there's a good raid or anyways. Does he have a thumbs up? There you go, there's a thumbs up. Keegan Zero. I guess his name was Matt. I didn't know that. Jeremy Lutner, who's now a teacher. He's still on my. And look at this. He's back banned too. It makes you, whenever you get vac banned, you just want to quit playing games, you know. He played Gary's Mod too. I think he hopped on Gary's Mod with us, but the most notable game that I ever remembered Jeremy playing was that gosh darn Battlefield. 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 He played a lot of Battlefield. But that's what every American kid wanted to do was play Battlefield. That game is the most cinematic experience. I don't know how to explain. It's not cinematic, sorry. It's like it's like you're really in the warfare, but you're not really in warfare and you're not really getting hurt. But it's the closest thing to it. There's Ice Ski. He's pretty famous. He's on YouTube. His name is Ice Skiddo. You can find him when you search up like Mustang vlogs, car vlogs, motor vlogs, moto vlogs. I got him on my friends. Whoa, look at how many comments he's got. He is extremely famous, this. He's got a lot of really big supporters. He's got other friends that I never met. He's got a lot of friends, I'll tell you, this guy. I was really surprised when I first met him. I ski. And he snowboards or whatever, too. Which is a big thing in Canada, actually, because He's the only American guy that I know, other than like when you watch the Olympics, that snowboards and stuff. And when I was younger, we would snowboard, and Canada's big into that. Skiing, snowboarding, the other one where you just lay down on the tube tubing. Rose, I remember this person. They haven't been online in 3,000 days. Ski looks like he still plays. Dr. Spoon, YZY, I always see that person, but you know how it is. I can't remember how I met this person. Gary's Mod, maybe? Sturbins from Gary's Mod. He was an admin on Gary's Mod. I was admin on one of these big servers. Anyways, that's pop off. PR Martin. Not sure who PR Martin is. I think he was playing. Sorry. I think he was playing Gary's Mod. All right, I'm off of it. I love Pokemon. Pokemon. Not sure who that is at all. Osama bin Laden. There's a lot of funny names on this. My friend Russell used to have some funny names. You can even look at. You used to be able to see their past names. Yeah, see right there. This user has also played as VC Barhar and Monster. I think I remember someone saying Barhar, VC Barhar. Who the hell is VC Barhar? Because that's a famous person. I remember hearing that person's name. Uh, yeah, we got a couple friends online. Venom. Look at this person's profile. Spooky, scary skeletons is what this profile reminds me of. Alert Garlic, Venom, Walkie, Hitting Death, Canada. I'm in Canada too. Whoa, thank you for being a fan. I need to do more filming. I think they left. Did they leave a comment on my profile? They did. Oh, so that's who that person is, Venom. And they're in Canada, so that's kind of strange that they've seen my adult things or whatever, because they're also in Canada. Because a lot of my fans are just from the United States. But I noticed, when was it? A couple of years back that I started to get more popular in Canada. I remember when nobody knew me in Canada. I was more popular in the United States, and then people started to know me in Canada. Like I was famous in other places. I think I became famous in Europe and United States before I became famous in Canada. A lot of my family, they wouldn't admit it. They wouldn't admit that I had fans, or they didn't know, or some of them were haters. Some people would not admit it. I remember a lot of people would not admit it. Then as time went on, it just became sort of like a household name. Not a household name, but a I don't know, just everybody knows it now. I was looking at some pagan uh, things that popped up. Hey, this is pretty nice. I wasn't looking at that. I was looking at Jesus that had that in his hand. I believe it was that, or something like that. Yeah, this one was a really nice. When I originally searched up Jesus and paganism or something like that, this one came up or clicked on it, and I looked at it for a minute. Very bright with his halo, and then you have this heart with the fire and the cross, the crucifix with the thorns and the horn or thorns, sorry. And usually you see the thorns going into his head when he was crucified, but on here it's in his heart. And I feel for that because some people, they have the thorns in their heart, you know. Uh, or they get stressed out. People stress them out or use them and abuse them, you know, sort of how they used Jesus. Man, did they use Jesus? Even the Lord himself used Jesus. But that's sort of why we're here. We're here for a reason, purpose. Everybody has a purpose. Whether you find out about it or not, it just so happened that he's one of the most famous men on earth, this Jesus. He was the first man that I ever learned about. I think I learned about Jesus before I even learned about my own father, John Slote. I learned about Jesus. I learned about Jesus and his father, Father in heaven that's ruled over the entire universe. But then I got to know my actual father, John, biologically, you know, the one that actually had sex with my their mother and had me and yada yada. But you learn the story of Jesus Christ and his and our Father God. He's all of our Father. And then we have Mother Nature. But yeah, no, he was the first man that I learned about that Jesus. He's my favorite, probably. Yeah, he's the most notable account in the Bible. I'd say the most. He's my most favorite character. I think he was God's most favorite character too in this book, this most famous book that they wrote for our world that we live in, for the time that the world's going to exist. This was the book that God helped them write, as he helps you every day, or how you get helped every day to make things happen, or things happen by themselves. This was just one of the things, but it's one of God's most, like your most prized possession. It's one of civilization, but not just civilization, humanities, but also within not just humanity, but also everything that's living. It's one of the greatest uh, uh, products that's been produced by humanity for us to read and learn from. And it just, the education that comes from it, it's the Holy Bible. It's not just the Bible, it has holy power, which I didn't know existed in real life. But I guess, yes, in real life, I thought it was just in, like, say, World of Warcraft and all that. When I was just a kid doing my studying and whatever, I studied a lot. But yeah, believe it or not, this book holds holy power within with God and all that, and with, well, the majority of people, it's either the Bible, the Quran, or some of the other ones, but they're all works of God and whatnot. I think if we can believe that it's an equal understanding by sort of the same power in which in English you may call God, then I think everybody will get along. It doesn't matter which variation of which religion that you have, whether it be Christianity, whether it be Islam, whether it be Buddhism, or anything else. If you just sort of, well, I understand them all as sort of being all works of the similar God, you know? They have different rules, different ways of life, but God, in some way, whether it be whoever it may be, they made it happen to where it helps us as people so much. If you're one that likes to prosper, that's what I was. I was just one that, when I read the Bible, and I think that's the legality of it, is you want to be one that's going to prosper, have everything that you ever desired to have. A wife, children, you want to leave a legacy, but you also want to enjoy the time and for which that you are within the time that you are here, and you want to enjoy that. And there's so many different ways to enjoy that, but you have to work hard sometimes to be able to get to the point where you can finally enjoy. And God can help you lead the way uh, through being holy, through being righteous, by not being through evil and all that. They say the money is the root of all evil. But in human society today, we've developed so many of these systems. We have great programmers that have put together these systems, and there's no reason why to act animalistic anymore. Everything's sort of like I was watching the rap and everything, and you just sort of sit there and you use your energy to aggressively come up with verbiage, and but you don't have to aggressively do anything to anybody. You're just sort of but that's the same animalistic desire that a wolf has when it attacks, say, its prey. But that's the system that we have now. You no longer have to be like a wolf attacking the prey. Everything now is to do with education. It's to do with what are you building, um, how much money that you have, and how you make it. Exactly. And because I am a wealthy man on my pension, I do not have to murder like some, believe it or not, have to do murders. It says in the Bible, thou shalt not kill. And did you know that murder is an illegal crime? They say, how come StacksAMilli never gets in trouble with the law? Because I don't have to commit murder. And murder is a crime. That is why your friend went to jail. Oh, did he murder somebody? That is why he went to jail, my friend. You are living, I guess, by a different rule. I come from a rule where the only time it's legal to kill another man is one of times when it becomes a severe time of self-defense. Other than that, you have to walk away, my friend, or you have to go back to your business. It's all about business. Whoever is bigger in business, this is the man who survives, and the guards will take care of you. We have police. We have, just like the Roman soldiers, with this, they will take away the people automatically. Hey, I'm in my house. I don't even know you. I am not Jesus Christ. I learned from the story of Jesus Christ. I was a Christian. I learned from the bottom up, from when I was baptized when I was a baby to when I was saved once again and once again, and continuously saved. Every day God saves me by every second. It took a while to learn, but I know about it. Trust me. That is why I'm so successful. I know everything about it. Yes, I'm a Jew myself. I am pretty Jewish. I was one of the, yes, my family almost perished in Germany. We were quite powerful, but we weren't very powerful. You know, we could have perished in Germany, said if I would have never even existed if we were from that area from back then. There's a reason why my family came to Canada in the 1700s or the 1700s. It was because we knew that we was not to be there in Germany. We were smart. When my dad sees a hurricane coming to Florida, because he lives near Florida, He will travel. He will get in his horse and buggy. Actually, my dad has more than a horse and buggy. He has a truck. He has a motor vehicle. And my dad was always the one. He would get in his truck and he would make sure he would get to safety. Okay, like the story of when they enslaved the Israelites in Egypt. And then they freed the Israelites and they returned back and yada yada. It was a big travel and all that. Had they not traveled, okay, they would have been slaughtered. Or they could have ended up dead or what have you. They're lucky they got it, they escaped, they got the manna bread, yada yada. They made it all the way back to Israel, and there we go. We got a good story for people to learn about, to not get trapped where you shouldn't go, and da 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 and yada yada. And my family was very good at that, not getting trapped in where we shouldn't go. But even Thomas has been trapped where he shouldn't go. And that's why some people carry these pendants and things like that with the cross or with the Star of David or with this moon, Ramadan moon, and yada yada. And we have this one. I think this one is like some other ones, and they carry that. And it's to identify where that person, what that person's religion is, and who that person's people are to keep them safe. So where they feel safe, but also to keep them safe. But at the same time, wearing certain pendants around certain areas could be also detrimental. But that's the world that we live in. We have territories, certain territories. We see it all the time with look at that territory over in Europe with Israel and the other one, in the Gaza Strip. It's such a close area, and they've been relatively agreeing lately. Everybody has been cool, but it's been famous that in my life they have went to war, or they're at war all the time. I think it's once every 10 years they go to war. Once every 10 to 15 years, there's this war between. See, I'm so pacifist, but here's the thing. That's why we have the military. Because, hey, believe it or not, some people do not believe in as America, we believe it's all about hard work, freedom, and all that. But we have people that don't, say, in other areas, and they fight back and forth. That's why our military has to go out and solve it. Okay? And we got ones that'll solve it. US, Canadian, and Australian, United Kingdom, whatever, even European and Russian. They'll go out and solve it. All right? Because that's the next one they need to solve, in my opinion. I mean, we took care of Iraq. We did a fantastic job in Iraq. I mean, it was so nice and clean. We took care of Saddam Hussein. We cleaned it all up. Iraq was all nice and cleaned up. Everybody was more than happy. Then every once in a while you hear some stuff pop up in Iraq, but everybody moved to that. Afghanistan is highly populated. But here's the thing, I really like Iran. I don't mind Iran. Iranians, I learned a lot about Iranians, about how they wear their jeans and all that. But hey, other people have opinions. They don't want Iran to be too strong because it's an unstable region. I mean, look at the war in the Ukraine, and then there's always wars in Afghanistan. And then you killed a lot of our soldiers in Afghanistan and all that. It's like, why the heck would we ever want to support Iran having a lot of nukes? It would be very dangerous because these ones are very they go to war. They'll go to war. They go to war. Like if they don't like what you say, it could get deadly. Like they, yeah, it's like a very deadly area and all that with the religion. But what was I gonna say? Yeah, Iraq, Iran, Afghanistan, Turkey. I know a guy from Turkey, and I have a lot of friends over here. What was I gonna say? We were on Iraq. Oh, Iraq. No, yeah, with the Gaza Strip. We have a lot of people from both sides of this dispute. I don't know what the dispute is. When both books are very similar and all that. It's all over these two books, all right? I don't know what the hell it's over. The Iraq looks a lot like the United States, somebody said. Let's see. But hey, I don't know. The United States has been nothing but nice to me, and I lived in the United States when I lived in the United States. I guess. Oh my goodness. It was a big country. There's that Syria, Lebanon, Syria, Iran. It must be a hot country or something. See, the sun comes down a lot different over there, I feel like. Because I know how it is, even here in Canada, how the sun comes up and the sun comes down. And it can be very hot one summer, and it can be a nice summer the next. But maybe it was becoming such a hot summer. I don't know. I don't know. It was a revolution, I guess. I don't know. I hear Iraq's doing all right now, though. Never been there. Looks like there's a lot of soldiers in Iraq. Well, I just am happy that they went that there's no more war in Iraq. If you want to go to war, I guess they do that in Iraq. I'm not sure. I think this is the designated zone of war when they were going to war. Because everybody that lives in Canada and US and all that, we got money. We just like entertainment and all that. But if you got to go to war or whatever, they get that's where they all everybody goes. Is that Iraq and that other place? And then that's how they were doing Ukraine. I even heard like people that wanted to go to war went to the Ukraine to go to war. Like they were just like, okay, we're going to war. Like let's go to war over there and like really blow each other away. That's the designated area where they're doing it. It's almost like you know how when you go to a paintball area, like that's what I used to do when I was a kid. Go to a paintball field. Everybody going to the paintball field because that's where the paintball field is or whatever. I'm trying to search up a paintball field, but this ain't no paintball field. It's like a real that it's way bigger than a paintball field or whatever, but that's like they don't have their paint. It's not paintball guns. This is like a real war area or whatever, and it's like once you're in that area and you have if you're a military licensed person and you're in a certain position in the military, it's like you're at war. It's like do whatever the hell you think's gonna win the war or whatever. Kind of like paintball when you guys play paintball in a certain little area. Well, when I do too, that's all I've ever played paintball. That's all I've ever played is paintball. But that's how I see it. It's like that's how they do it. They contain it to a single area. It's kind of like yeah and that's a scary thing whenever they talk the world destruction thing. But whenever they start talking world destruction or anything like that, those ones are the ones that always lose because then the whole world goes against them. It happened with Hitler. He tried to take over a lot of the world and everything. If everybody just bees themselves, I feel like there wouldn't be any war because everybody's kind of in their own position. But I feel well, actually, I don't know something. There's certain well, actually, that's how war happens. Somebody's in a certain position, another person doesn't agree with it, and what have you, or something like that. Hey, it happens like that. I'm even getting so famous or whatever. I've heard war threats with me, but obviously, not just President Joe Biden, but obviously the United States government, the Canadian government, they obviously don't mind me to the point where I'm a living person. I'm doing very well. Actually, I'm considered a natural born citizen. Some even consider me, even though I've never formally been militarized or whatever, they consider me a hardworking, sort of like a hardworking man. I'm a hardworking man in my home country, Canada. I could go to war and I could sign up for the military, just as anyone that was born in Canada can. I could have even signed up for the United States military too when I was, and I was very serious about if it never worked out, if I never found computers, I guarantee I would have joined the U.S. military. All right, it's just me and computers. It just made the money that I thought it was gonna make. If the computers never made any money, oh, for sure, I would have been U.S. Army right at the freaking thing, just like Matt Earls and just like Justin. But I said, like, oh, I'm going to try to be like this Rick Ross, and I'm going to make a little music, and I'm going to make a little this. I'm going to do my food videos, because I've been into those food videos for years. And a lot of my other friends, actually, everybody, all the males, not just your friends, but all the males, it was like, what are you going to do when you're 18? You can join the military, you can get a job, you can learn a trade. And it happened I learned the trade with the computers. Or else I would have been U.S. military or something for sure. But even with the computers being here, I still act as what would you call it? A confidant, maybe, I guess. Some sort of confidant.